Spooky season may be over, but today we're talking about a conversation that can feel pretty scary. Telling your friends and family that you're changing your major. I'm Lauren from Roadtrip Nation, and to help you make it through that awkward dinner table discussion, I'm going to share advice from people who've been there, give you real stats and info to help support your decision, and leave you with our tips on how to have the big talk. As the fall semester or quarter wraps up, a lot of you are probably considering changing majors. Maybe there's a new class you just took and absolutely loved, or a class that you really hated. Or maybe you just had an experience that made you rethink what you want to do with your life. Either way, the holiday break is a prime time for having a tricky conversation with our families and our support systems, and this one definitely feels tricky. But it doesn't have to, because you're far from alone. A huge number of college students change their majors every year. In fact, one study found that 30% of bachelor degree students and 28% of associate degree students change their major at least once. And 10% of all college students change their major more than once. We talked to a fire chief who changed his major a pretty impressive number of times. And the main thing he wanted us to know is that it's perfectly normal.
Priorities will change. It's going to change several times. My degree, my focus in college changed 4 times, my major. And I ended up with a BA of leadership because I'm passionate about leadership, but also it's 2 less maths in a Bachelor of Arts versus a Bachelor of Science. So my major changed 4 times. And so it's okay for that to happen. It's not a mistake, or you're not confused as your priorities change, because they will. You know, we grow, and as we grow, there's going to be different perspectives. We're going to see the world differently. So just embrace that. Don't fear that, embrace it.
So, if changing your major is normal, why does it feel so scary to tell people about it? Probably because college is a huge investment in terms of time and money. There's a lot of pressure that comes with pursuing any degree, and changing your mind can feel like a step backwards. But it's not. Another study even found that students who change their major are more likely to finish their degree, probably because you're pivoting to something you're actually interested in. And that's what you should lean on when you tell your family you're making this change. This is your life, and you need to follow your interests. Let's hear how a successful think tank leader used that logic to navigate that conversation with their parents.
It was when I was realizing that I'm doing this degree, and my thought going into it was, no matter how hard it gets, you just push through. And realizing that I don't want this, I don't want to do this day in and day out. This is not the thing that's gonna bring me joy. Like, it's not gonna make me wanna wake up in the mornings and go to work. So I talked to my parents about it. They were decidedly against me changing majors. They were of the finish it and then you can figure out what you want to do next, but don't change because it might delay your progress. But then the more I thought about it, I realized it's not their lives, right? They're not the ones that are going to be living it. Having gone through sort of the previous experiences that I had, realizing that if I let other people make decisions for me, it's probably not going to be in my personal interest, and I'm probably not going to be the one who's experiencing any joy as a result of it.
So now that you've seen that it's possible to have this conversation and gain trust and support from your family, let's get into some tips for sitting down and having the hard talk. First up, come prepared. When you decide to change majors, go straight to your guidance counselors. Make a plan and make sure you know if this switch is going to take time or money, so you can go home for the holidays feeling prepared. Next up, lead with confidence. Like Carissa said, this is all about your future happiness, so don't get scared. Jump into the conversation with confidence and remember that this is your life. You're the one in the driver's seat. And remember, don't get defensive. Just like it's totally natural to change your major, it's totally natural for your family and friends to worry about you. They want to make sure you're making the right decision, so answer their questions and don't put up walls. Have an open dialogue about why you're making this choice. Last but not least, let your interests shine through. If you found something you're really interested in, get excited about it. At the end of the day, our families want to see us thrive, and if you light up when you discuss switching from chemistry to biology, your passion will do most of the talking for you. Remember, telling people you're changing your major doesn't have to be a scary conversation. So this holiday season, don't back down from the big dinner table talk. For more career and education advice, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We have so many videos that will help you get inspired about your new major.